Deep in the rugged mountains of Armenia, where the earth is old and the winds whisper secrets of forgotten times, there lies a mystery carved in stone. These are the dragon stones of Armenia, known as Vishapakar in the ancient tongue. They stand tall, like silent guardians of a lost world, their surfaces covered with strange symbols and the shapes of beasts long gone. Who made them? What do they mean? The answers are buried in the shadows of history, but the stories remain, waiting to be told. Long ago, before kings ruled these lands, and before villages dotted the valleys, the people of Armenia spoke of dragons. But these were not the fire-breathing monsters of other lands. No, these dragons were different. They were spirits of the water, mighty and wild, living in the deep lakes and rushing rivers of the high mountains. The people feared them, but they also respected them, for the dragons brought both life and destruction. When the dragons were pleased, the waters flowed, the crops grew, and the land was rich. But when they were angered, floods would swallow the earth, and droughts would turn the soil to dust. To calm these great beasts, the ancient people carved stones, huge, towering stones, and placed them near the waters. These were the dragon stones. Some say the stones were offerings, gifts to please the dragons. Others believed they were warnings, markers to keep people away from the dragon's domain. But the most curious thing about them is their shape. Many of these stones are carved with the image of a fish or a serpent, winding its way up the rock as if swimming through stone. Some have horns or wings, blending the creatures of earth, water, and sky into one. One such stone was found near Lake Sevan, the great blue jewel of Armenia. The people there told a story of a dragon that once lived in the depths of the lake. It was said that on quiet nights, when the moon was full, the dragon would rise from the water, its scales glistening like silver, and watch the land with eyes as old as the mountains. The villagers would leave offerings by the shore, bread, honey, sometimes even a lamb, hoping to keep the dragon's hunger at peace. The dragon stone stood near the water's edge, a silent witness to these rituals, its carvings worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. But not all dragon stones were placed by lakes. Some stood alone in the high meadows, far from any water. These stones told a different story. Legends say that long ago, a great battle took place between the dragons of the water and the gods of the sky. The dragons, powerful as they were, could not defeat the gods, and so they were cast out of their watery homes. Some fled deep into the earth, hiding in caves where no man could find them. Others turned to stone, their bodies freezing in the moment of their defeat. These lonely dragon stones, standing in the open fields, were said to be the last remains of those fallen beasts. One of the most famous dragon stones stands in the village of Haghpat. It is taller than a man, and its surface is covered not just with the shape of a dragon, but with strange markings, lines, circles, and symbols that no one today can read. The villagers say that long ago, a wise man lived among them, a man who could speak to the dragons. He carved the stone as a message, a way to warn future generations of the dragon's power. But the language has been lost, and the message remains a mystery. Some say if you press your ear to the stone on a quiet night, you can still hear the whisper of the dragon's voice, humming through the rock like a distant echo. The dragon stones are more than just rocks. They are pieces of a forgotten world, a time when the land was alive with magic and mystery. They remind us that the earth has a memory, and if we listen closely, the stones might still have stories to tell. So the next time you walk through the mountains of Armenia, keep your eyes open. You might just see one of these ancient stones, standing silent and strong, waiting for someone to uncover its secrets. And who knows? Perhaps the dragons are not as gone as we think. Perhaps they are only sleeping, hidden in the stone, dreaming of the day they will rise again.